Here's a little passage from Song of Myself by Walt Whitman that I wanted to comment on. All truths wait in all things. They neither hasten their own delivery nor resist it. They do not need the obstetric forceps of the surgeon. The insignificant is as big to me as any. What is less or more than a touch? All right. So when he says all truths, for the word truth, for me it means kind of like a intellectual kind of concept, one that has a sense where it's not really needed in order to have kind of like a knowledge in the Whitmanian sense. All truths wait. Wait, actually, as a word Whitman uses before when he says, "Stop with me." It means wait with me, and he says, "Stop with me, and you will possess the meaning of all poems this night." That's earlier in this poem, I believe. This is a kind of long poem. When he says the word things, I question that word, and I wonder if by things he means like the usual things that we're either made poor by if we don't have them or rich if we do. Now, hasten, for me, kind of is a catastrophe, and not the word choice, but the actual meaning of the word. So that when he says they neither hasten their own delivery nor resist it, you know, as the truths have a catastrophe within them. Some truths do cause a kind of despair. So that's one thing that truths for Whitman might imply too. But if they do cause that, then I wonder how actually much of a humanistic, in a humanistic sense, Whitman means by this part of the passage. So with delivery, I would say when you deliver something, sometimes you say deliver me, and that could be put into a spiritual sense, or that's where I see it. Maybe Whitman does too. And resist, kind of like a law of opposites. Kind of might mean kind of like a temptation, or kind of a forbiddenness. The word need, that in the part where it says they do not need the obstetric forceps of the surgeon, I wonder if this is a need where he's saying it as if he doesn't really care whether or not this is the case or not the case of the instruments of the surgeon. I'm going to skip over obstetric forceps of the, I was reading it wrong, of the surgeon, and the last two lines. The insignificant is as big to me as any, where insignificance is, for me, kind of something that means something. So when you have insignificance, it's actually a meaning of nothing. I mean, not a meaning of the word as not meaning anything, but the impact of the word, where the nothingness is as big to me as anything. So for big, that could also be put into like a fantasy sense, and or at least I wonder if Whitman uses big as in kind of a fantasy sense, where, for instance, there's like a knowing, but it's a more than knowing, almost in a sense where it's larger than the usual kind of knowing that we're used to, like almost a, a deeper knowing. So with less, less could also mean like loss, um, and less, and he says less or more. People say that all the time. It reminds me of kind of like a structure, like of opposites in this sense. And then finally, more or less than a touch. A touch can be the opposite of what usually Whitman means, so it's an irony, because um, he wasn't, as I remember, interested in being touched or touching anybody. Um, that's all as much as he could stand, as he says in this poem, later or earlier. I can't. This is passage 30, so it's probably earlier. And so that's that.